Hello, this is Taesung Chung, who is in charge of compliance and translation in HIC. In this session, I will talk about ELV compliance in South Korea. Korean regulations on vehicle recycling are based on European regulations of end-of-life vehicles. The domestic regulations are as follows. Number 1. Guidelines for concentration requirements for hazardous substances. Number 2. Evaluation method for the recyclability of vehicles. Number 3. Communication network providing vehicle recycling information. Next are methods of ELV compliance, such as HMB, recyclability, and recycling information. First, we should confirm that hazardous substances such as lead and mercury are contained below the standard. The compliance status of HMB should be declared on a website designated by the government. In the design phase of the vehicle, headquarters should evaluate maximum recyclability rate. The compliance result of recyclability should be declared on the website designated by the government. For recycling information, first, headquarters should prepare recycling information, including dismantling information. If we receive a request for recycling information related to disposal of end-of-life vehicles from a recycler, we should provide that information to the recycler. Next is the government website for compliance. Korean ELV compliance system is called ECOWAS. The website built for compliance is operated by KECO, which means Korea Environment Corporation. HMB and recyclability can be declared through this website. Please note this website is only available with Korean language. Next is about government on-site inspection. KECO is in charge of on-site inspection, which can take place every year or every couple of years, but it can vary depending on MOE's decision. The inspection targets are vehicles sold in previous year, classified by MOLIT certification number. Government requests are primarily documents. They usually request documents provision in around August and visit the main office of an importer to conduct inspection within end of December. As August coincides with the summer vacation period, it's recommended that you receive and verify the documents from the headquarters in advance. If there is no sufficient reason, KECO may impose fines for delays in document provisions. The documents requested upon on-site inspection are as follows. Number 1, data and details on ELV compliance operating system. Number 2, pre-requested documents by KECO. Number 3, raw data for HMB and recyclability. Number 4, others, specific documents formatted by KECO. Next is about IMDS. IMDS means International Material Data System. Website is www.mdsystem.com. Companies who are members of the system only can access the website. It is a web-based system used in the automotive industry for collecting, managing, and reporting material data on parts and components used in vehicles. It was created by a group of automotive manufacturers to comply with regulations on the use of hazardous substances in vehicles, such as the European Union's End-of-Life Vehicles Directive and the Restriction of the Hazardous Substances Directive. The IMDS contains information on the material composition of individual parts and components, allowing for easier tracking and reporting of potentially hazardous substances throughout the vehicle supply chain. Next is about how the vehicle manufacturers comply with ELV requirements. As a first step, the vehicle manufacturer requests material information from each parts supplier. Second, the parts supplier provides IMDS data to the vehicle manufacturers. Number 3, the provided IMDS data is verified by the vehicle manufacturer for each conformity. Number 4, if HMB is found or exceeded the standard, the IMDS data is rejected by the vehicle manufacturers. If no HMB is found or meet the standard, the data is approved and stored in the system. If HMB is found or exceeds the standard, the parts supplier must resolve conformity and provide revised IMDS data to the vehicle manufacturer as a measure. Finally, the vehicle manufacturers approve the data and store it in the system. This shows how the IMDS system usually operates in the automotive industry. Next is the compliance flowchart for an importer. As an example of the typical certification process, first, importers obtain certification for emission and noise under MOE. Then, importers obtain safety certification under MOEIT. Afterwards, importer declare compliance with HMB and recyclability on the ECOWAS website. As importer should input MOEIT certification number into ECOWAS system. Upon the ELV declaration, MOEIT certification should be arranged before ELV declaration. The basis for declaration is as follows. In the HMB, PB, AG, CR6 plus, CD must contains less than 0.1% by weight. In the recyclability, recoverability, 85% and 95% or more must be ensured in accordance with ISO 22628. Next is a reference image of HMB for your information. As you can see in the example, you can find some details such as cost number, material ratio, and weight for each material list. Next is an example image of ISO 22628 for your reference. As you can see in the example, the results of recyclability and recoverability are displayed at the bottom of the document. Next is an example image of recycling information for your reference. As you can see in the example, IDIS provides detailed descriptions with pictures of dismantling methods for vehicles. Next is about IDIS. IDIS means the International Dismantling Information System. Website is www.idis2.com. This is a database system that contains information on how to safely and efficiently dismantle and recycle end-of-life vehicles. The IDI system is designed to help ensure that vehicles are dismantled in an environmentally responsible way and that the maximum amount of materials can be recovered and recycled. The system includes detailed information on the various components of a vehicle, such as engines, transmissions, and electrical systems, and provides guidance on how to dismantle these components safely and efficiently. The IDIA system is often used by auto recyclers, dismantlers, and scrap yards, as well as by regulatory agencies that oversee the ELV industry. The system can help reduce the environmental impact of ELV recycling by ensuring that hazardous materials are properly handled and that valuable materials are recovered for reuse. Overall, IDIS is an important tool for the automotive ELV industry, helping to promote sustainability and responsible end-of-life vehicles management. Next is the requirement for IDIS and each compliance method. Requirement: provide recycling information to a recycler upon request within 1 month from the request date, starting 6 months after the date of import declaration, based on MOLIT certification number. Compliance method: the information can be provided by joining the International Dismantling Information System and provide the required information to a recycler if requested. Next is about administrative fines. For HMB, in case of a refusal to provide HMB data, 1 million won or less to be imposed. In case of not declaring or declaring inaccurate HMB data, 1 million won or less to be imposed. In case of distributing products without verifying compliance, 10 million won or less to be imposed. In case of selling products that exceed HMB standard, 30 million won or less to be imposed. For recyclability, in case of products non-compliant with recyclability that has been distributed, 1 million won or less to be imposed. In case of not declaring or falsely declaring recyclability on the website, 500,000 won to be imposed. In case of not declaring recyclability without a valid reason, 300,000 won to be imposed. In case of others, 200,000 won to be imposed. Please note that fines are calculated per MOLIT certification number. Next is about administrative fines for recycling information. In case of a refusal to provide information upon request from a recycler, 1 million won or less to be imposed. In case of not providing information to a recycler upon request, 10 million won or less to be imposed. Please note that fines are calculated per MOLIT certification number. If you are interested in further details or English version of relevant regulations, please feel free to contact us at hskim@highconsulting.co.kr. Thank you for your attention.